You asked us, do souls merge together as they ascend to higher dimensions? Yes, they do, but the more they merge together, the more individual they become. If possible, does a higher dimensional being contain multiple souls and reflect multiple personalities? There is only one soul, and each higher dimensional being is aware of this. Each higher dimensional being knows they are that one soul, experiencing itself in infinite ways, from infinite perspectives, and embracing infinite frequencies. Because of this simultaneous experience of the infinite, the higher dimensional being is aware of the infinite amount of separate souls that are in fact one soul. From that perspective, one could say the higher dimensional being contains multiple souls and reflects multiple personalities. But the absolute reality that the higher dimensional being exists within is knowing there is but one soul. Wherever the consciousness is at that 0 point of creation is the one soul. It is said that time is not fixed to a point. After 2012 has occurred, would those who have proceeded to a higher dimension be able to access and re-experience any past events that have taken place on the third dimensional Earth? This is correct. We would go further and say that your Earth year of 2012 need not have taken place from your perspective in order for this experiencing of past events to be accessed. There are those on your planet that are able to do this now. If possible, do such visitors go back into the past as time travellers? Or would they simply be observers watching a 3D holographic movie without influencing it in any way? Both are true. One can be an observer, or one can influence what you now know as the past, influencing the future. For months now, it bothers my mind how there can be an ultimate speed limit in our universe. And referring to Einstein's theories, how can it be that the faster you get, the more mass you get, and the slower your own time is? Why is energy transmuted into mass and time dilation instead of gaining more speed from an outside perspective? Our conduit does not have the technical terminology for us to be able to come forward and explain this situation in the clearest way we can. So know therefore that again this is a matter of perspective. What you perceive as speed, mass and time in your universe are different and separate, as this reflects the dualistic nature of your physical universe. Your thoughts create the forces that keep these differences together. From our perspective, these aspects of your universe, speed, mass and time, are one and the same, or the best way to describe it would be, they are different sides to the same coin. To the asker of this question, we would ask you to research gravity and light, for your answer lies within the study of these, if you view these as two separate energies. What is the highest state of being that exists in the entire universe, mind, heart, God, heaven, love? In other words, are there higher vibrations than Christ vibration? Higher, deeper. What is the highest and deepest level that I can reach? The most mind-blowing levels that there is, that exist, even to the extent that goes far beyond God. Does it exist? How deep can I go? These questions are still in the process of being answered from your perspective. The human being on Earth is anchoring this understanding at this point. From our perspective, we know there is no higher level than the one we exist within now, even whilst we understand that we are evolving and descending as you are. Perceiving God as the one infinite source of all that is, one cannot go beyond God. There is no beyond from the one source of all that is. How am I, as a conduit or channel for the Christ vibration, able to see with my own physical eyes those who are not physical beings, such as those in the fourth and fifth and even higher dimensions? Communicate with them as though I am talking with and seeing entities such as yourselves, the white-winged collective consciousness of 9? How am I able to do this in the same way as Pixie, or in some way actually see these beings? The psychic development that takes place within meditation, Kundalini awakening, chakra balancing, working on the third eye and pineal gland, and many other psychic and spiritual exercises that work towards DNA activation and ascension are the tools needed to experience the sight you speak of. Most of the visual sight that those who see non-physical beings are viewing with is the third eye, the pineal gland. It is very rare to see with one's physical eyes, and even when this occurs, there is a change in consciousness and therefore a change in one's physical viewing. If one is on an ascension path, one would ask themselves why they seek this physical sight. One should also realize that anything that is sought with a desperation, a desire, a passion, a longing or a yearning must be let go of before it can be achieved. However, in rare cases it can be achieved, but it would not be helpful to the ascending one for us to tell you the process as to how this is achieved, other than letting go of the desire to achieve it. Often this sight occurs in one individual, and the process they achieved this sight with would be very different to that of their neighbour. We are the white-winged collective consciousness of 9.